Hello and thank you for stopping by. Today I'm storing this power washer for the winter. This power washer gets put into a garage where it's freezing, and if you have the similar situation where it's either a garage or a shed, you want to winterize your power washer, otherwise you're going to blow your pump. The first thing I'm going to do is to start with the engine. This is a little old school, and I used to do this years back, and whatever engine I did this on, I never had any trouble with them. I take the spark plug out. Gives you a chance to check your plug also, whether you need a new plug for next year. Another thing, you want to change your oil and store your equipment away with fresh oil. I already changed the oil on this before I used it for the last time, so I'm good in that department. Jeez. It's a lot of threads on that plug. Okay, now what I do, I just shoot a little bit of oil in there. You can use a tablespoon, a funnel, whatever you want. Just a little bit of oil. Doesn't matter whether it's 30 weight, 10W30. All I'm doing with this is coating the inside of the engine. I'll tip this back. You shine it on there? And you just pull the cord a few times. What that's doing is lubricating the cylinder wall. If you're putting it away in a damp garage or a damp shed, it'll help keep the piston rings from rusting onto the cylinder walls. Next, this is what's important for the pump. Come around with that, John. Right here is your water intake. Normally I would take this line that feeds the wand off, but I have a little problem with this being cross-threaded on the inside, and it's on there good with a secure connection, so I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do now is cut a garden hose. Give it a hose, John. Okay. This is a hose that I don't know what happened to it, but I always keep lengths of hose around for various reasons, and this will be one use for it right now. I'm going to take this hose, and I'm going to cut it a little longer than I need it, and you'll see why in a minute. They have antifreeze that you use on an RV that would be good for this. And Briggs & Stratton also has what they call a pump saver. Here are the pictures of that. And I have the links for these down below. But I don't have any of that right now. So what I'm going to do is use straight antifreeze in here. And you got to be careful with the antifreeze. If you have pets, they'll drink it. It's sweet for the pets. They'll drink it, and it's a poison to them. And I have cats, chickens all over the place. So I got to be real careful with this. You'll see why I'm leaving this hose a little on the long side in a moment. Sound better? A lot of editing over here. Huh? Watch. This is the wrong tool for this. Got it? Now you take the garden hose. Before I got to this point, I was cleaning some refrigerators that I'm working on, and I let the engine run until it was out of gas. I stretched out this hose down the hill, let the water drain out of it. But there's always a little water that stays on the inside. This thing's stripped. Yes. All right, I have this hose on here. And what I'm going to do now is get a funnel. Okay. Now normally I would put the antifreeze in until it came out of this end over here, but I'm not taking this off. So what I'm going to do is use, oh, let's see, how much is this over here, John? Can you read those numbers?
What numbers?
Or whatever this is.
Let me see.
Well, I'm going to fill this about halfway. Let me see, hold it up, hold this for me, sir. So what I'm going to do is fill this about halfway and then pour it in.
Grandpa, I know what was wrong with this one. Remember we had in the back and it used to shoot out holes?
What?
Holes.
Say that again?
It used to shoot out holes.
No, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah?
I don't remember. Okay, Johnny's holding that up. Hold it straight. And I'm just going to pour it right in.
Why is it green?
Before I start this next season, I'm going to let this drain out through the hose. Okay,
It's not going
step back,
in.
watch my splash. And what I want to do now is pull this starter. And what that's doing is taking the antifreeze and it's pulling it through the pump. There's always a little water that remains in that pump. And what happens when it freezes, inside that pump, it's plastic pieces and they just crack. Okay, now you can see I have the extra in here. What I'm going to do is just pour that back into that container because I don't need all of that in there. It's way more than what I need.
It's dripping.
Okay, so I know now my pump is well taken care of. Where's it dripping out of? Over there. Oh, that's a little bit. Next, I'm going to insert the spark plug. You don't want any humidity getting in there. And then, if you recall in the last video, if you didn't see it, it's up above where I cleaned out the carburetor. This carburetor bowl had rust in it. And what I did, I cleaned it out without replacing the carburetor bowl right here. So what I'm going to do, John, could you see where I'm pointing here? Could you see my finger and everything?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is loosen that nut, drop the bowl, any little gas that's in there, I'll catch that gas, and then I'm going to rub a little bit of oil in that carburetor bowl and have a couple of drops of oil in there and pull that cord again and get some oil to coat the inside of the carburetor. Before I start it next year, I'll drop that bowl, I'll wipe it out. Any oil that's in the carburetor might cause it to smoke a little bit, but that'll help keep this ethanol gas from corroding the carburetor. Even though it's aluminum, that ethanol gas destroys these carburetors. So, and that's all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you haven't done so, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z button. And until next time, stay warm and be safe.